Hey, what's up everybody, how's it going? I'm the Frank and welcome back to the next episode by Diablo 2 Lore Destruction Let's Play with the Amazon. Alright, so in the last episode we did make our way into the Flare jungle, and we made our way to the Pygmy village and found the Gibbon, or Gidbin I guess is the proper way to pronounce that. Gave that to Oramis to protect the city here, and we got a magic ring for that, but we're not really using that because it was a piece of junk. But we also went down into the Flare dungeon and found Kalim's brain, I believe. Go over here to my inventory. As you can see, we have Kalim's brain and Kalim's eye. Got Kalim's eye from the spider dungeon in the spider forest, and then Kalim's brain from the Flare dungeon. 2 of the 4 pieces that I need to complete Kalim's will. We'll be getting, hopefully, the next one, probably not in this episode actually, probably in the following episode, but we'll get more to that a bit later. Today's episode, we're going to be making our way into Lower Kurast, and then hopefully into Kurast Bazaar as well, and completing a little quest for Alcor, but we'll get more to get more on that just a little bit later. I'm going to head through our portal here, and as you can see, we are in the Flare jungle, but we are just about to enter into Lower Kurast. And off screen I did just kind of map out this area a little bit more and made my way to the entrance to Lower Kurast. And Lower Kurast is kind of indicated by this boss pack. This boss pack will always be here, so you will always know that you're pretty much found. Oh my gosh! Know what I didn't do, everybody? You know what I didn't do? I'm bad. There we go. Players 8. Oops. Oh well. Anyways, now it's on Players 8, I guess. My bad. But the entrance to Lower Kurast is indicated by that boss pack. That boss pack will always be there. So just be on the lookout for that boss pack. And so now we make our way into Lower Kurast. And Lower Kurast, at least in this difficulty, really isn't all that important, I guess, because there's not really any items that we need to get in this area, but it becomes a little bit more useful in later difficulties actually, because here in Lower Kurast there are actually a lot of chests and breakable objects that will drop items, random items, and it becomes a little bit more important later difficulties because if you're trying to like farm runes or something like that, or even gems or items for money, this is a good place to go because there's a lot of places to get items, and the possibility of getting runes and such, like I said, is pretty good. So one strategy that a lot of people use is just to make a game, get in, go to Lower Kurast, and farm items, then leave, do it again. And keep doing that over and over again until they find, what they're looking for or whatever. But here in normal difficulty, this area really isn't all that important because you can't really find too many good runes from chests at this particular difficulty. You can only really find low runes, and low runes really aren't all that important right now. So it's really not that big of a deal, or this area really isn't that big of a deal. So we're just going to kind of make our way through here and be on our way. I don't need that shield in my inventory. I don't know what I'm doing. Pick up that clip. I almost picked that up again. But essentially this area is just one big square, and the entrance to the next area will either be in the upper right hand corner or in the upper left hand corner. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. And we also find the waypoint here. It's good to find the waypoint in each area, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up. I doubt I'll ever come back to this area, at least in this difficulty, so it's not really that big of a deal. But we did level up here, so I'm going to throw my next few points probably into dexterity here, because I don't need any more strength at the moment. I might put some more into strength a bit later, but not right now. And now I can put a point into something. So I could, put another point into multiple shot, but honestly, 7 arrows is a lot. And 8 really isn't that big of a deal, and plus it ups the mana cost every time you put a point into here. So I'm pretty content where things are at right now with multiple shot. So I'm just going to keep that where it is. I'm going to go to my passives and magic skills here, and what I would put points into is either Valkyrie, Pierce, or Critical Strike. So I already got a Critical Strike all the way up to 32%. That's pretty good. So essentially, you know, almost it's a third of the time, really. 33.3% would be a third of the time. It's 32%. So essentially, a third of the time, I'm getting a critical hit. That's pretty good odds. So I'm going to keep that where it's at. So the two that I would up was either Valkyrie or Pierce. Right now, Pierce is at 23%. So I think I'm going to put a point into here just to get that up to a third. As you can see, it goes up to 34%. So I'm going to go ahead and put my point here. So a third of the time, my arrows will be passing through enemies. That's a pretty good. Those are pretty good odds. So I'm going to keep that right there. Probably in the future here, I'll start pumping Valkyrie, get my Valkyrie pretty strong, so that she can tank a lot more. Because she will come in pretty handy when we get to boss battles and such. So that is what will be happening in the future. It looks like I did find the way to the next area here, to the Cross Bazaar. So I'm going to take down these enemies here, and when we get to the Cross Bazaar, I will look at my my journal really quick. I'm just gonna pick up the money here, take down these enemies, and make my way in here. So again, the next area will be indicated by, you know, these pillars, but you can also see it on the map over here. But we'll make our way in here. And here we are in Cross Bazaar. Let's look at my journal here really quick, and we got to search for Khalim's heart in the sewers under Cross Bazaar. So that's kind of the next quest that we need to do. But there is actually one other quest that we want to take on here. I actually don't know. I think I have to go talk to Alcor, because the quest is for Alcor. So I might head back to town here just really quick. Let's open a portal here, go back to town, identify those items, and run over here to Alcor, see if he has anything to say to us. And he does. Let's talk to Alcor here. It pays me. Oh, maybe I'll just let him. Anyway, I don't want to. Anyways, so he tells us that there is a tome that he would like in one of the temples here in Cross Bazaar. So we're going to be on the lookout for the Ruined Temple. And there are actually a few different temples here in the Cross Bazaar that some of them aren't the one that you need to go into. Hey, we found the waypoint. You definitely want to pick up this waypoint. It's a good one to pick up. But there are going to be a few different ruins that you can go down into. They're kind of like optional dungeons, but they're pretty short. So if you... Oh, we got a boss back here. So if you want to take them on and get a little bit of XP, you know, that's great. But the one that we are looking for is the Ruined Temple. But there's a few other ones. They're named something different. So if you click on them, or you put your cursor over them and they say something other than the Ruined Temple, then, you know, that's not the one you want to go into. Just so you know. Take down this boss back here, and then we're going to try and find the Ruined Temple. That's the quest I kind of want to take on here today in today's episode. In the next episode, I'll probably go and make my way down into the sewers. The sewers is a pretty long dungeon, or at least it can be if you don't choose the right direction right off the bat. So I kind of want to do that in its own episode. I've already taken up enough time, you know, going through Lower Cross, that, you know, I don't want this episode to be too long, and the Ruined Temple is really, really short. So it's pretty easy to do in a short amount of time. But as you can see, this is one of the temples that we can go into. You just got to click on the stairs, and hey, we found the Ruined Temple. So this is actually the one that we want to go into. I just got kind of lucky here that I found it right off the bat. There will be other ones that, you know, just have a different name. They aren't called the Ruined Temple. They're just called something different. But we're going to make our way in here, and there should be at least one boss back down here, so be aware of that. And occasionally they do like to hang out right at the entrance of the dungeon, so be prepared to be ambushed, I guess. But we're going to head off this way. Pretty sure this isn't the way I need to go. I just wanted to see if there's any enemies over here. Always good to take down as many enemies as you can to get all the XPs and such, you know. But it doesn't look like they dropped any items that I want. Gonna back up a little bit, and as you can see, my arrows are passing through the enemies, so that 33, or I think it's 34% now actually, is doing me pretty good. pretty happy about that. Opened up that chest, didn't have anything in it. Let's look at my journal entry here really quick. This is the quest that we activated when we talked to Alcor. Search the 6 temples in the Bazaar, Upper Karast, and the Causeway for Lam Esen's Tome. So, the Ruined Temple, I guess, can be spawned in any of these 3 areas, but in pretty much all of my playthroughs, I have found it in the Bazaar. I don't think I found it anywhere else, but apparently it can. I don't know. According to this, it can. But from my own experience, if you're going by my experience, I've only found it really in the Bazaar. So take my experiences for what they're worth. I don't know. But let's keep making our way here. Head into this area, and there should be a boss pack in here, so we want to be a little bit wary of that. And it looks like they're pretty quick, so we're going to use some multiple shot here just to take them down. And I am out of mana. Use a potion here. Use some magic arrow. Just do some single target damage. Use another potion. Take these gals down. Luckily my tanks are tanking for me. That's very good. They're doing a great job. And it looks like we got a Night Lord here that we want to take down really quick. Pick up that longsword, should be worth a bit of money. And we're going to pick up these mana potions because we did use a few in that battle. And doesn't look like we need anything else. Alright, so Lam Esen's Tome will be located on this pedestal right here. If you put your cursor over it, it'll say Lam Esen's Tome. You just click on it, it falls on the ground, and you pick it up. Although I don't have any room in my inventory. That's lame. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drop that guy right there and put that there and pick up Lam Esen's Tome and call that good. Boom. No problem. Open up a portal, head back to town here, run and talk to Deckard Cain just so we can get everything identified. And we gotta run over to Alcor here and talk to him. And he says, "You have found this book," and he thanks. And for completing this quest, he actually gives you 5 skill points or stat points here that we can put somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put them right now. I might check back a little bit later to see how much strength that I need for future armor. So I'm just going to leave those here for right now. I'll put them somewhere in the next episode. So I'm going to leave them where they're at for right now. We're going to get rid of this stuff here. See ya. And yeah, all this for a tattered book. Anyways, so that is that. So yeah, like I was saying, pretty much for all of my experiences, I have found the Ruined Temple and Lam Esen's Tome in the Bazaar. It seemed to work out in this episode. So, for the most part, just look around in the Bazaar and you'll probably find it. And I think I'm going to probably end things right here for today. In the next episode, I will be making my way down into the sewers here in the Bazaar to find the next piece of Kaleem, or the next body part of Kaleem. Let's look at my journal here. I've got to find Kaleem's heart. The next item that we need to find, or relic, in the sewers under Karast Bazaar. So we'll take that on in the next episode. We're going to probably leave things off here for today. So if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, advice, please leave those in the comments section. If you'd like to stay up to date with what I'm doing here with my Diablo 2 lore instruction Let's Play with the Amazon, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would also appreciate it if you went over to my Facebook page, my Twitch page, and like to follow me over there. But until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all next time.